They can hear us. And they can
All
see
right.
us.
Oh, all right, everybody. Welcome back to Starfinder. I'm excited to be back. I'm certain everyone else is here as well. Just a few announcements. Next week, on the 19th of December, we will be playing Starfinder once again, and we will be breaking for Christmas. And I believe that Starfinder will pick back up on the 3rd of January, and possibly the 6th. No, just the 3rd, and maybe the 9th. And Ask Kazir will be on the 17th. And I would also like to thank Tabletop Audio for any music you may hear. They have so graciously allowed us to have some free content for you guys to hear while we play. Does anybody have anything for our audience that they'd like to say?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Hope y'all
Thank you guys for being here.
Enjoy the show.
There we go. Now that's what we're talking. I believe our Captain Jin wanted to give the recap. Take us away.
Sure. We actually had, I think it was our first in-person, not spaceship combat, but character combat. And we were halfway through that combat when we picked up last session. So we finished off the 2 guard robot things. We did that by, I think, Dimmy blew up a frozen container cargo thing and froze one of them because liquid nitrogen type thing came pouring out and froze one of the bots. And then someone ripped the other bot's arm off. And I want to
that backwards.
Also, no, that was definitely Demi doing the arm ripping.
Yeah, the arm ripping was Timmy, but I think the other thing was Passenger, I think.
Could be.
Somebody shot the crate.
Either way.
I definitely shot a gun.
We handled them quite easily, right, Cryptus?
I was shot by a gun.
You started the session off
I had 1
surviving.
HP, which is what I needed.
Yeah, and you went to get armor because we realized this place was dangerous.
I feel like in hindsight, I can confess to everybody, I was just leaving the scene of the crime.
But we secured the room. We looked around to see what was in there. We realized that this was kind of a receiving area for whatever logistics system this mine has going on for this special ore called Sicatite that is either super hot or super cold. It's never in the middle. And we loaded up 4 crates worth of that stuff because we're like, hey, this could be worth a lot of money. And we realized that there was a puzzle in the room, a puzzle that relied on a piano. And after mashing the piano's keys ineffectually for 10 to 15 minutes, we realized we couldn't open this puzzle. We couldn't figure it out, so we left. And flew deeper into this part of the mine complex. We were thinking, because Passenger and Dimmy went down an elevator and saw this molten lava-filled underground cavern thing full of these mining drones flying around. We were thinking, okay, if we keep going down this path that we can open by opening this grate, we might go to that room. But it did not take us there. It said it took us to a hallway with 7 doors. And behind door number 1 was a hostile drone, so we didn't open any of the other drawers until Roko himself called us to see what we were doing. And after reminding him that, hey, we've got an android brain that needs a body, you said something about a replication room. He's like, oh yeah, it's at the end of the hall. Let me disable the security for you. Finally. So he did that. And we flew in, and there was all kinds of bad stuff. 7 or 8 security drones flew out. There's a big old gun sitting there at the landing bay. And we're in danger. But we landed. And we're ready to go. Oh yeah, there was that thing where it turns out he's turned on his super dangerous artificial intelligence creature thing, and was like, it's active. You guys are in even more danger than I thought you were.
I'm sure it's fine.
I would like to change a little bit of what you said, because it's not the first in-person combat, it's actually the third. It's just the first lethal one.
Are we counting the hack thing?
Yeah, the time
ground,
I
yeah.
used spam email against a digital gremlin.
You guys literally fought a phishing attempt. There is an Elu and an Eliezer.
Eli, yo.
Calling Eli. If I remember, according to what Captain Jin had wanted, you have about 36 hours left, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Somewhere
I just
between
write that
36
down.
and 40.
That sounds about
Yeah.
right. Because I remember we had like at least a full day.
And that countdown, to remind everyone, is giving us a 5-hour safety window or a 8-hour safety window, something like that, before the Knight of Galarian, Eliezer.
Eliezer Yudkowski.
Eliezer.
You're just calling him Eli.
He has a giant freighter full of explosives aimed at the facility. So yeah, we're on the clock.
All right. You guys have landed in this little tiny hangar bay. You guys are currently on your ship. What do you do?
Confirm, because I wrote down here, and just to confirm, so there's the entrance to this room, there's a big gun, and then there's a repair bay, I think you said something about?
Yeah, there's a small little repair bay with some metal. You can use it to repair a D6 of hull. No, excuse me. You can apply some metal for like a Whipple shield or something, and I think it was like a D4 to any ablative armor on a particular side of the ship that you wanted. So four health to any ablative armor. It's been a while since we played. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh gosh, yeah, our ship was like in a bad state, in rough shape, wasn't it? Didn't we take a lot of armor damage?
You took some damage. And if I remember correctly, where is it? You found a coil gun, which is something you can take time, if you want, to have it attached to your ship, if you have the power ability to afford it. It does 4d4 damage, and I think it has medium range. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's correct.
So, are the characters just staring at each other?
So we're...
What's going on, guys?
Rima. Rima. Get the thing you're communicating with Elu with, and make sure she wants to do this. I'm sure it's better than traveling back to Castrovel for a month in a box, but I don't want her to be put in a body just because. Let's make sure she's okay with it.
Yeah, that's a very good idea, Captain. So Rima pulls out the Ouija board that she's made up and says, "Hey, Elu, are you okay with getting a brand new body, or would you rather try to get your old one back?"
Let's just do a mysticism check right quick.
Okie dokie.
I don't think we've used this particular Ouija board yet.
We haven't?
You used one that you drew into a table, I thought.
Oh no, I got paper out.
Oh, okay. Well, just make one anyway. Just make one anyway. What is our own campaign? What did we do?
18.
18. Okay. You put your hand on the little dial, and it moves to B-O-D-Y.
If you're okay with the new one, can you spell out new? If you want your old one back, can you spell out old? Please.
D
Just for clarity, Elu.
D
Just for clarity.
E
N-E-W. N-E-W.
N-E-W, okay.
And then it continues. Then it continues.
Or wait.
L-A-S-H-U-N-T-A.
Lashunta, okay. Lashunta body. Cool. So Elu, I'm not sure if we can, like, program this thing to pick what body you get. So if we can't, are you still cool with it, or would you rather us wait?
B-O-D-Y.
Okay. Got it.
Remo, were you doing this like in front of everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine not wanting to be stuck in that box any longer. All right. Passenger, what's the...
She's really thinking outside the box.
Well, this has been fun. I'm glad we came back for 5 minutes to play, but I'm done.
I really wish my soundboard was working. I was going to bring that today, but it's not working. And I had a sound like that. It's just, I'm frustrated now.
Passenger, what's the scanner say the temperature is outside? Do we need protections, or...
Let me take a look at that for you, Captain. DM, do I need to make a roll for
You
temperature?
do not need to make a computer's check. The conditions outside the ship, since you are in the hangar that is currently shielded from the heat, is a comfortable 72.
Oh, that's much better.
It
It was
was
really hot where
Comfortable
we were
72
before.
degrees there, Captain. I think we're safe.
It was really toasty.
I want everyone...
Don't worry,
in-
Demi, I would have protected us.
I want everyone in combat armor and,
Captain.
armed.
Do we have combat armor?
Well, just make sure you've... whatever you've got. And, we'll go to the ventral cargo bay in 10 minutes.
What does
And I
everybody
go
do?
to-
So,
I guess I'm taking a pee break.
I've already got tabletop role-playing games never have enough bathrooms or pee breaks. Wonderful.
We have two restrooms
or
on the ship.
hot water heaters.
That's a reference.
It is a reference. Since I already have my second skin armor on and my semi-automatic and my staff with me, at least I should, considering we were just in combat. I would like to kind of go ahead and the only thing on scanners that we're seeing is the way we came in, right? We're not seeing any other exits in here that are ship-sized.
You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 doors, 2 of which are open, the one you came in, and that other one you opened with the drone in it.
Oh, you're talking about the doors back in the hallway?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but not in this main room.
Nope, just the hangar, and it looks like the walls have been mined out pretty good.
Okay.
Like every cut looks like it's been intentional along the walls.
I want to kind of move our scanner array so that it's focused towards that entryway, and I want to kind of set it to kind of detect incoming ships and things of that nature. I just want
The
to
way
be...
you came in?
Yeah, I want us to be on alert before they get to the door if possible.
Perfect. Give me a, I guess that's a computer's check for me.
Sure. And Captain, do you want me to close this door behind us?
Yeah, go ahead and have it closed there.
Captain, DM, that was an 18 plus like 9 for computer's check.
All right. You know you got a pretty good signal. You've been able to kind of mitigate any sort of feedback from the walls or any sort of signal reflections. So you think you got a good signal.
Nice. Very cool. And I assume we see the door shut.
Yep.
Cool.
And now it's a little harder to detect past the door, but you're confident it's gonna be fine.
Cool.
So, Rima would like to go down to the cargo bay with all her, she's got her stuff, she's got the box, and like just open the door and just look outside.
All right. The door's open, and it's a well lit area. You see some like a typical stuff in the hangar, like a big cranes and things. Empty crates, like big metal containers. different types of drivable pallet jacks and everything like that. It's what you'd expect in a hangar, but everything seems to have collected quite a bit of dust. Like it hasn't been used all that often anymore.
I'll text the captain. Hey, do we need a new pallet jack?
Respond with yes and a smiley face emoji.
I go grab the nicest looking one.
You find one. You sit in its seat. It looks like it can handle. It is a loader, but essentially, it looks like you can bring it aboard.
So, are we talking like
when you and I talk,
more like a 2-seater wheeled vehicle that has a cargo bed thing in the back?
Yeah, that's the second
Small
part.
thing.
But we can count it as far as from what you and I talked about as far as like our homebrew rules. It would count as like a mechanical loader to help increase how fast you can load some cargo.
Dope. Wow. While Jin is changing, because I was not in my carbon skin, I forget what the armor's called. I'll pull up the display in my room. I want to take a look at that gun that you had mentioned. That there was like a big mounted gun either in the hangar or outside it. I want to check it out, see if I can identify what it is.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit.
While I'm changing into my armor, I want to, on my display in my room, look at the gun, the mounted gun you said was guarding the hangar. I don't remember if it was inside it or outside it. You just mentioned there's a big old gun.
Yeah, it's a coil gun. It's like a starship weapon. It's actually not mounted to anything currently. It is there. And as you're stealing things already, I might as well just call it loot.
It's not stealing, it's proactive recycling.
Sure.
What is it, requisition?
More of this.
We're saving it from destruction.
It's asset forfeiture.
Salvage.
Cryptus,
Okay.
what are you up to? I haven't heard from you yet, but
Cryptus is still concussed on account of the amount of kinetic force that was sent into his body, but he is fully armored now. He is in fact staying in cover, waiting for Captain Jin to tell him to leave the ship, but he seems very on edge.
all right. So it looks like Rima is basically just out in the hangar already.
I'll message, open up comms to Rima. Rima, are you ready to take Eli to the apparatus, the replicator, the thing we're going to use to save them?
Was that voice to talk or in a text
it was
message?
voice to text, yeah, as per usual, yes.
Right, yeah. Rima's like, yeah, I'm totally ready. I'm just waiting on you all.
Yep.
Someone should probably check in with Rocco, see if he can send us instructions for how to operate the replicator. I don't want to end up with Elu being something she doesn't want to be.
Oh, that's reasonable. I'll open up comms to at least I'll see if I can. I'll open up the public hailing that we've used to communicate with him before. Rocco, if you're hearing this, we are ready to save our android friend here. Are there any instructions we need to operate this thing? And as I'm saying that, I will ideally have met up with you and probably, headed towards where we need to be to do this.
I'd rather wait for everyone to head towards the room before we just go off.
You get a response from Rocco pretty quickly. It sounds like he's a little frantic, but he's saying, "Oh, yes, to get your friend, you need to go in there. You need to make sure there's at least one tank of the gray goo ready to go. You need to place the chip where it needs to go, and select a body from the computer terminal." And he messages you a certain password and some written instructions on how to use the computer to make it real simple. But you have to promise me as soon as that's done, you need to leave.
Hey, Justin, I've just realized, or passenger, I've just realized do we know how to get Elu out of the box and into the replicator? Or do we just put the whole damn box in there and hope for the best?
I think let's. I'm sure we can figure it out. I'm pretty familiar with android anatomy, and I'm pretty sure the reasons we went in the box were primarily Wretch's security measures. Speaking of which, is Wretch still on the ship? Reek, still on the ship?
Yo.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
He's disappointed.
So, but I'm ready. Captain, has it been about 10 minutes yet?
I'll come jogging down before 10 minutes and see that everyone's already ready to go, and be like, all right. As we exit the ship, I'm kind of scanning the hangar, and how many exits are there?
There is one to the west side. There's one door. Is currently closed. A big metal door.
How far away is the ship's cargo ramp to that door?
Let's say 100 feet.
All right, everyone, let's go.
Give me 1 second. I
Close.
realize I now need a Vlaken icon, so give me just 1 second.
Stay close. Keep your eyes out. I don't want to be surprised by any more of these drone things. If you see any movement in this hangar, call it out.
I regret Googling this.
What did you Google?
While everyone was getting ready,
Vlaken?
I'm not sure exactly what my hit points are at the moment, so like, if I'm trying to figure out the math on that, because I'm just not familiar with the system here, I'm reading up on it, but if there was time enough for the 10 minutes, I'm going to see about using some resolve points to regain hit points.
You do not regain hit points. You can say
Okay.
what you do is you say, I take a 10-minute break, which you guys have had plenty of time to do at this point, and you just spend a resolve, and you get all of your stamina points back. Your HP only heals back, I think it's 1 point per level per day.
Wow, that's slow. Slower than I thought it would be.
Yep, that's my understanding, unless you use, like, mystic powers to heal people, which I do believe she already used while Ashley was not playing.
Yeah, she used it on Cryptus. That'd be a
Wait.
great homebrew rule for D&D.
Powers to heal people?
Yes.
Yes,
Your
mystics
touch.
have like a 1 use per day, and you can heal like a certain amount of like actual hit points.
Okay,
Oh.
I've already used it, unfortunately, because a few sessions ago for you. Do
That's totally
apologize.
fine. I didn't know that was even a thing.
Well, now you do.
Okay, never mind then.
No apology needed. I appreciate the hit points.
All right.
I've got my pistol drawn and at the ready as we move.
Got my baton.
We are
Action
missing
cannon
one person from the Roll20 currently because I am using it. I believe it's Patrick, just so you can like see where everything's at.
What's that?
The
Roll20.
I popped into Roll20, but then I remembered it kind of strains my computer when I have everything going at the same time.
Gotcha.
Roll20, etc.
How's it strain your computer? My laptop is okay.
Chrome tabs scary for RAM. Anyways, so I have moved you guys to the next room, which is you're currently in the hangar, and basically to the south of you is your ship and the rest of the hangar. And there's that door right there. Right there. What do you do?
Go to the door.
You go to the door.
Is there like a button to open it?
There is a panel there. You see several buttons and a handprint and a few computer jacks.
Hey, passenger. In any of that stuff that Roko sent you, does it say how to open this door?
No, but I'm assuming it's a door. I'll go over and see if I can hack into it or do it. Is it locked? It looks like a locked door.
What do? Do you like it's a big metal door,
I go
like
to
you
the
would
door
see
and
on a spaceship?
I go to the door and treat it like a door. I attempt to open it.
You press the big red button and it opens.
Okay, great.
In this room, it's actually kind of dark, but you can still see well enough. In the far left, you can see these big containers with a little tiny screen on them and a few buttons. They're big, round canisters.
Do you think these are the gray goo he was talking about?
Let's go find out.
What do we see to the right? Is that a wall?
Yes, it is a wall. It is empty space. There's basically nothing over there right now.
Demi will go over to one of the capsules.
You are over by the capsule.
Can you
Cryptus,
read
watch
anything
the
that's on
door.
it?
Watch the inside door, Cryptus.
This is not leaving cover.
You are not in the center this time.
And I'm with Demi, helping him to check this out.
I'm over there too. I guess I don't know how to move.
You're not an actual token. Since this is like the last time we are using Roll20, just point with your snap with your measuring tool, and I'll move you.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was just Roll20 being Roll20 again.
Yeah, I'm not going to set it up like we were going to, because once we're done with this dungeon, we'll move over fully to VTT.
Right.
All right, so you guys go over to the canisters. You see on each of them, you see a little screen that is currently blacked out, and a few buttons on it.
Is there these canisters are completely sealed? Like there's no
completely sealed, and then there's like a knob where you can hook a tube up to it, but they're sealed off as well.
I press the screen to see if it's touchscreen, see if it's haptic.
Yep. It lights up, and you see a bar, and you see a red line at the very end of the bar.
Like right side, left side.
Left side.
It's empty.
Check all of these, see if any of them are full.
Do you check them all?
Yeah,
They're-
we'll split up.
They are all empty.
All of them.
All right. Well, this is the trash pile.
Interesting. Yeah. Hopefully there are more inside. Let's
Is there just looking
everyone
around?
get in cover next to that door.
Cryptus, since you're right there, can you make a perception check for me?
Absolutely. Do I still have negative on perception? I super do. 11.
You don't notice anything. Sorry.
For angry robots.
All right. What is everybody doing? Except drawing big green squares.
I'm pointing my.
Where the measuring tool is.
It's the circle with the comb in the middle of it. It's in the middle of the toolbox.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
I'm pointing my gun at this door.
You are readying an action, is how I will assume you were
Yes.
saying that.
Is there anything else obvious in this room, or is it just the canisters?
It's just the canisters that are obvious right now.
And does this door have a big red button as well?
This door has a big green button.
Captain, do you want me to push this big green button?
I do. I will also ready an action to shoot anything, any drones any combat drones we see inside. I'm, aiming my rifle.
I press the button.
And you see one robot in this room. Roll for initiative. Actually, no. Take your readied actions first before we do that.
Wait, shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh
He's
no,
right there.
why is it mad at us?
He's right there. Well, no, it's not that he's mad at you. It's that they told me they were going to shoot one as soon as they saw one. So they're going to shoot.
Patrick did say a drone.
It's a robot.
Just shoots at it immediately and rolls a nat 20. Plus
Nice, Cryptos.
All right.
And I roll
have
73.
advantage and double it.
To hit.
Oh, this
reaction cannon. I think it's the first time I've actually hit something with you this game.
Rima's just
and
back
the 23 does hit.
Rima's just back here what the fuck, you guys? He said he shut the security off!
Roll an 8 on my D10.
And is that a double damage?
What did we agree to last week? I thought we did it a little different, but yeah, I think it's double damage.
Yeah, it's
So
double damage. Roll
16.
another d10. Yeah. Yeah.
15.
15 damage.
Nice.
Basically, that door opens, and some of you are startled. I know Rima was. As soon as she doesn't hear it, but she feels the concussion from the gunfire going off. Let's see. How old is its health at? Okay.
Passenger was super startled by it, but because of his flat expressions, it just doesn't show.
Got it. Jin, how much damage did you deal?
I did 15 points of damage.
Damn it. Okay, well, it is eviscerated. Some shots hit the, because you had to deal 30 to kill it, and you guys did 15 each, so it's dead immediately.
Did you still want us to roll initiative? Or...
No! No. Damn it, the thing I wanted to do was not going to happen. Alright.
Secure this room.
Demi runs up to the robot and starts just hitting it on the head with his
Yeah,
knife.
it's like in pieces. Like they hit the battery, the like main head computing piece has got blown off. Let me describe a little bit of what you see in this room. It's a well lit room as well. You see 2 computer panels. One's got a bullet hole in one of the screens on the right there. You see 4 canisters and basically a door at the bottom of the floor. And it looks like the canisters are connected to the floor right next to that door. At the top left there, you see a safe with some pallets, metal ones. I only found the wooden ones for the graphic, but they're metal. Just pretend they're metal. And at the left, you see another computer and has a little tablet with a stylus sticking out of it.
Demi's gonna check the canisters here on the right and see if they have any goop in them.
You tap the little thing, and it's half full.
Captain, we got gray goos in these ones.
An entire full one?
What about these 2 on the left?
I'll go over and check those 2.
Unfortunately, they're both full.
Unfortunately.
What are they full of? Are we talking UPBs, the Universal Polymer Bases?
We'll go with that. Yes.
Okay.
Oh god, this is something morally wrong, isn't it?
Rocco said we only need 1 of these, right?
Correct. To make
Okay.
something as sophisticated as a body, yes.
Alright, let's find a way to make this happen. Passenger, you have the box, right?
Either
have
I
the
have
box.
it or Rima has it.
Okay.
One of us
let's find a
definitely
place.
have
Let's find whatever looks like the input.
I go over and start
thing.
looking for a place to put an android brain.
You don't see a place for it at the computer panel, but as per Dr. Rocco's instructions, you have to open the door and place it and then select the body around it. And he has all these instructions on how to, like, okay, you want it to connect to this brain. It's going to take you a solid hour to complete this and probably a couple hours for it to, like, actually print the body. So you guys are going to be in this room for a while.
No problem.
Okay.
Everyone, I think we're going to be here for a while this body's printing, so...
Well, it sure is a shame we killed the entertainment.
Cryptus's head slowly turns to Rima and just glares. That's all.
You guys hear something. You hear a little click on your comms, and you hear Reek go, "I'm alive. What are you talking about?"
I do not hear that.
Cryptus, check that droid, see if... I know you want to see if there's anything that you want to take back to the ship, but see if it had a weapon or anything as well.
Cryptus goes and loots the body, mostly looking for scrap, but does he find anything else?
Yes. Oh gosh, what was the weapon?
No, he loots the body.
The whole body.
Yeah. Within its arm that miraculously still is intact, you find another micro-serrated, retractable longsword. That's all it had.
Man, we should put that in Elu. That'd be dope.
All right. So, passenger. as you open the door in the floor, you go and you place it, and then you go back to the pan. I guess you open up the crate that it's in, the little box, and you find the brain. It's connected to a bunch of wires, and you carefully pop it out and try and get it into the oh gosh, what am I saying? The little place where Rocco told you to put it as quick as you possibly can, so it doesn't lose too much power. After you do that, it sinks down back into the floor and closes. You go back to the computer panel, and you have several pre-made bodies that you could select from. There is a mining drone, a security bot, and a basically it will create a, what else is there? Gosh, where's my notes? Kind of like a robot on tracks that has like a humanoid upper body with 4 arms, but it's like tracks instead of legs. Does that make sense?
Do they got a Lashunta?
They do not have a Lucienta. You would have to program that, and that would take more time.
Program a Lashunta.
Is it just so it's just the 3 pre-mades?
The 3 pre-mades that he's been using at this location.
Rima, I would have obviously heard Rima say the program of Lashunta. Why?
Because Elu wants to be Lashunta.
I begin working on doing that.
All right. That is going to take you way longer than initially stated. So it's going to take you probably another 5 hours to use the programming and talk with Dr. Rocco on how to do that. I will need a computer's check to see if you're even capable of that kind of programming.
Am I able to assist him on this?
Absolutely.
Then I will absolutely do so.
Captain, I think we can get Elu into their preferred body. It's going to take extra time.
Whatever it takes.
Done.
And I'm pretty sure I passed my assist check, so you have +2 to your roll.
That's great.
Uh-oh.
That's so good. So good. Okay, hold on. Let me just math real quick.
And Cryptus, you're taking 10, right? Because this is a very important roll that you wouldn't want to risk the dice on.
Cryptus.
I mean,
He's
passenger.
taking 10. He's taking like 5 hours.
Yeah, Captain, you want me to hit the thing?
I think
No,
taking
Cryptus.
I think taking 10 is only when you're good at something. I don't think I've ever touched one of these machines before, but I am good at computers. That is a 17 total, and that's with a +9.
Okay, so it's not going to punish you, but it's not going to give the extra reward that would have came from a much higher roll. So you do get it programmed, and it's going to take you a solid 5 hours. And so in the meantime, that is what you're doing. And Captain Jin has said he's going to be helping you, so you both are at the terminal currently. Cryptus, Demi, and Rima, what are you guys doing?
Dimmy's gonna go over to the tablet with stylus. See what all that is about.
You walk over to this computer terminal, and it's literally just a tablet in the wall with a stylus in it. You see what looks like to be a very thick vault door. And a picture of several aliens taped just above the tablet.
Very good.
Like pinup style, or
No. I don't know why I almost said yes to that, but no, it's just several just different aliens, like a Lashunta, a Kazathan, just in various clothing. Get your mind out of the
Not
gutter.
scantily clad.
Not scantily clad.
Fully clothed.
Where's
This
the bonk?
is a
Where's the
rated
bonk
G
meme when you need it?
location. That's not who Dr. Rocco is. What would you like to do?
draw mustaches on him, Demi.
He does that.
So you take the
needs a
stylus
marker.
and you go to the picture above the tablet and you just like scratch on it and don't draw
Doesn't do
anything.
Dimmy, turn the tablet on. See what that's for. Say and go back to my program.
It's just a screen and for drawing things, I think. And then there's pictures. Maybe I could draw the pictures. I could try. I don't know what it does or what it do or if it matters.
Can you draw them, but like with mustaches?
All right. Are you going to attempt to draw them?
Sure.
Make a profession artist check.
Draw something with 4 arms.
And a mustache.
So I think that's just a flat roll.
I don't think any of you have a
so I don't
profession
think-
skill. So, yeah, go ahead and roll whatever you get. Patrick's upset with me.
I got a 9.
Well, you get a good 4-arm stick figure with the most magnificent mustache you could ever muster.
The mustache is like the size of like an arm.
To me, that's
Because it's-
fucking awesome.
One of the arms is like doing the evil twiddling the mustache.
It's a masterpiece.
But other than being really proud of your art, nothing happens.
Dimmy, did you ever check that other canister?
I only checked the one and it was half.
Rima, check that 4th canister. See if it's full as well.
Okie dokie, I do that.
It is also full.
Alright, we definitely have enough to make a Lashunta body.
As we're looking at this terminal, this control terminal, does it say which one of these tanks it's going to draw from?
It is already currently drawing from the half-filled one, and then we'll start going to the one that's in front of Rima. So by the end of this, you should have 2.5 canisters.
Okay.
The only reason why you
motion-
wouldn't have that much is because Passenger would have nat 1'd, but he didn't, so you guys get 2.5 at the end of this.
You know what annoys me is I rolled a 28 on my check.
Oh! Should have been the one to do it.
You know?
We don't want to put that into
I
the
will,
universe.
because I am just helping Passenger, I'm thinking that still means I'm able to, like, you know, look around, see what the crew's doing, things like that. So I'll motion to Cryptus and be like, hey, see these ones on the left. See if you can lift one of these. Let's try to figure out how heavy these things are. What it might take to get them to the ship.
Hey, Captain, how about we don't, like, pick up the totally full ones? We could go, like, try lifting the empty ones out there, and then just, like, guesstimate.
As Rima says that, Cryptus has walked by her. The one robot arm that was still functional or intact from the one we destroyed is like hanging out of his backpack. And he goes to lift up the one that the captain has pointed at.
Let's do an athletics check. Is this one of the ones that's full?
Yes.
All right, good
You can
luck.
end up ripping it off the thing and breaking it.
So 26.
That's a really good roll, but this is full of like the UPBs, which I assume are like various things that can become things and are really, really heavy.
Yeah.
You strain yourself picking that up, but you kind of get it. I'm listening.
Oh, sorry, I was just gonna say, 100 of them is 1 pound, because 1,000 of them are a bulk.
Yeah. So, I mean, the canister is extremely heavy, and you struggle to pick it up. But you do get it up off the ground, and then you set it back down.
Captain, I have a feeling the crew can't help me with these.
Okay.
Hey, I can go get that forklift loader thing that we just got.
Do these blow up?
Carefully. No, it's universal polymer based, Cryptus. The nanite type machinery that creates can be turned into any technological
I
item.
know a lot of technological items that blow up, Captain. You're sure these ones don't?
They're inert. For now, they are nerds.
I kind of peek over my corner, over my shoulder, and I'm, Cryptus, we could probably use it to make guns.
Rima, go get the thing.
Dimmy, can you help him out with this as well?
Sure thing.
We're finishing this up. And get Reek, see if he can help in any way.
I'm going to. We're gonna go do all that, and then when we get back in the room, I'm just gonna like start doing donuts in the like empty space.
Rima, no.
Professionals have standards, Rima.
And I like to have fun.
Yes.
All right, so you go do your donuts. Reek watches you from the ship, kind of confused, but into it. Demi, are you still drawing stick figure comics?
No, he was said to help out with Rima and the canisters.
Gotcha. All right.
So,
Cryptus, what are you doing?
I'm following Rima to go get Reek to actually come and try and be helpful, because he's excited to see if Reek can be helpful.
Cryptus, there's no way Reek is going to be able to help you lift one of those things. You could barely lift it, and he only comes up to like your knee.
Rima, he has low self-esteem. The captain's told me we have to work on folks with low self-esteem. We let him try. We let him learn. And if I get shot at, he can take the bullet.
One of Jin's arm is like going backwards and gives a thumbs up.
All right. So are you guys trying to load this now, or
No.
Yeah, no. I tell them, wait. Let's make sure the machine has started printing.
We're waiting till it's done printing, because I don't want to break this thing in the middle of building to
Jin
his body.
concedes. Yeah, we'll wait until it's done.
So, about how long into doing this does it take before we start to see, like, a 3D printer printing out an android body?
You've already been in that process already, because it was mostly the programming. You do see it on screen. Are you guys okay with fast forwarding to the end of that time?
Actually, I want to go check out that safe in the corner.
yeah, that was
There
the
we
thing I
go.
was planning on doing is...
I took a
Is it like-
screenshot. I was hoping you guys would just like ignore it, and then I could send it to you. Like, this is a safe. All right. Yes,
Yeah.
you see a large metal box with a dial on the front and a handle, big metal handle.
I use the forklift to pick it up.
No.
Picked it up.
Cool, it's going with us.
Wait, was she really able to pick it up?
Later.
It's a forklift. Of course, she could pick it up with a forklift. It's like a forklift, like flatbed truck thing.
We're playing a science fantasy game with dozens and dozens of aliens, spaceships, large guns. Forklifts is the
We're
thing that
printing our
surprises
body.
Captain Jin.
Forklifts can't lift anything in this world.
So once it's lifted and on the bed, I'm a motion Rima to pause, and with passenger helping me, I would like to use my data pad to kind of like scan this thing to make sure there aren't any like beacons or warning alarms or anything like that going off.
All right, make a computer check, but I also have to do a point of order because I just looked at my notes and remembered that this is a low-gravity planet. Cryptus, you totally picked up that thing earlier. You did not struggle at all. And
These
you put it
donuts
down.
are
He's in the back just like bench pressing.
So Reek can help me now.
He can't, yes.
He's so strong that week.
I did have one
Maybe-
thing.
Look how high you can jump.
So
3 times
obviously,
your normal jumping distance.
yeah, we're not moving them yet, but I did have one thing I wanted to do during the wait time. I bring Reek into the room. You know, we've had some self-esteem building sessions, lifting up a crate. But then I ask him, so Reek, if you had to get into that vault, well, how would you get into it?
I would just blow the door down with something powerful like a starship gun.
You and I think alike, sir.
It just sounds easier than trying to draw some nonsense.
Give it a try, you young Reek. Go do a little scribble.
Okay.
He walks up to the tablet, he grabs a stylus, smells it, licks the stylus, and then starts just drawing, and he's okay. It's still stick figures. He's utterly garbage at artistry, but he makes a little comic about how strong he is.
Oh,
That's awesome.
That looks really good.
Yo, good draw, Reek.
Oh, my turn. I want to draw my family, and I draw like this Vlachen family. This is my mom. She loves she's got a huge belt collection, and here's my dad. He's got like antique pipes. He doesn't smoke them, but he's got them. He just collects them, And here's my little sister, and my 3 cousins, and just everyone.
Do you draw like the really generic house of just like a box and then a triangle on top and then like a window?
No, it's just like just the Blockins.
Oh, okay.
Are they like fuzzy stick figures? Because they're furry.
No, they just have pointy ears.
And tails.
Well, that
Okay,
got quite real fast.
Pretty sure I passed the computer's check. If Cryptus is if passenger's giving me a +2.
I
Then I have a
rolled a
29.
12 on a DC 10, so yes, you're getting a +2.
29.
We're talking about the safe, right?
The safe, not the vault. Yeah.
Okay. That would be great if it had a computer, but I said it had a dial.
Oh no, we're not trying to open it. I was just trying to make sure there isn't
Oh.
any signal coming out of it, any beacon, any transmitter, or anything like that.
No, not currently. No.
Okay.
Not current.
Rima, if you're done drawing, you can
Specific wording.
drive this to the ship.
It's a trap, Kyle. It's a trap.
Oh yeah. I get back in the forklift and do a few more donuts, and then drift out and back onto the ship.
Hey, put that on the aft cargo bay.
Since you keep doing this, I need you to make a piloting check.
Oh god. Well, that's just
It's all fun and games until she
+1,
crashes into the 3D printer.
You know what?
16.
All right. You don't fling yourself. You don't create so much G forces in the low gravity planet that you fling yourself off the vehicle and into the ceiling. You calm down. What's everybody doing? We have no signal coming from the safe. We still have about an hour left on the printing. And Rima has almost flung herself off of a vehicle. Vrika's still drawing.
Did we grab that coil gun that was outside?
You have not declared it.
Not yet. But I imagine I want to take a crack at this stylus thing first. But then I'll tell the crew, hey, while this is finishing printing, we could probably use that gun attached to the ship.
Say no more. Dimmy, let's go get it.
Let's go, big gun!
Alright. So I want to take a crack at this, because Jin is actually thinking this is another puzzle. So I would like to take a closer look at the original unmustachioed drawings.
You look up at the literally printed on paper, taped to the wall drawing of just several different aliens, Kasathan, Lashunta, Isoki, Twerk.
Hey, Captain, see if you can trace over the paper with the stylus, but still have the tablet pick it up.
I attempt that. Very delicately use 3 arms to hold the paper in place, and then the 4th to...
Alright. Let's do... It'll have to be a higher DC than initially planned for the, correct skill check. But since that was clever, go ahead and make a sleight of hand.
23.
Just barely made it. You get you do the tracing and all that, and you get the lines at least down, and that is enough. The door kind of slowly begins to open. It doesn't reveal a whole room like the screen probably shows, but it reveals a shelf of, oh gosh, where's my book? Several different grenades. I think one of them's a cryo grenade, an incendiary grenade. There's my armory. There are grenades. There's 3 grenades there. I'll get back to you on what they actually are.
That's it. There's just 3 grenades in this thing.
It's like a shelf. Yeah, it's like several different. There's 3 grenades there for you to use. Yes.
Okay. I pocket them. I'm not telling anyone what I found inside.
Demi's right beside you.
He actually is not.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Along with the grenades, there is a small blue box that you can fit in one hand. And when you open it, you see a blue, like, chip that you can put into a computer.
Well, I have a computer with me. So I slot it in.
As you say that, Cryptus and Demi return into the room. Cryptus is heaving the coil cannon. All right, Captain, I'm ready to shoot it.
The ship, Cryptus. Put it on the ship. There's a weapons.
Shoot the ship, Cryptus.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna. Okay.
There's a
Put the
weapons
gun
slot.
on the ship.
It's-
And
it's
they're
a-
looking at other things.
Cryptus seems disappointed. He looks at Demi.
They
Demi
sadly sulk and walk away with the coil gun.
There's a weapon slot on the nose gun. Put it there.
yeah. Put it on the ship. Fine.
It's going to take you guys some time to actually install it, but because of the low gravity, it makes it kind of easy since you don't have to use any of the usual equipment.
Cryptus bench pressing a fucking starship gun.
See if you can lift the whole ship.
Belay that.
Captain, is everything okay?
Yes. Anyway, back to the ship.
So you insert this very blue chip into your computer, or PCU, what are you using?
It's a tier 2 computer. It's a data pad.
All right, using it on your data pad. So, and you begin to read the information, and it looks like it contains a code for a signal to be sent out for a door.
Perhaps a locked door that we found at the beginning of this mine complex?
Perhaps.
That didn't sound like a yes.
Didn't the door we come across was red? This one's blue.
Anybody else have anything else they would like to do?
Still just working on this 3D printer.
Yep. At this point, passenger, it's automated. You don't need to be like right there unless you want to be.
Hey, you said there were like other doors that included one that there was a drone in, right?
Yeah, in the hallway outside of this, there are 6. There are 6 doors. We opened one of them already.
Yeah, I
We
want to
don't
go
know
open the rest. We're like waiting here for hours. I am so bored.
That could lead to starship combat. So no.
Hey, you're busy hiding grenades.
Very present.
They're present.
Do I just like looking around the room? Do I see, since I'm no longer tethered to this 3D printer, do I see any means of filling up these UPB canisters? Like, do they look like they have a main vat of some sort?
They do not. It looks like it is brought in.
Maybe we should take the empty ones. Maybe they're like those propane tanks where like you can fill them up for cheaper than, buying a whole new tank.
Array them next to the ship's cargo bay. I'm not. Passenger, that is a good question, though. Where did these come from in the... You know? There are terminal access ports here. Maybe we can try to get into the mainframe. Remember you were saying something about trying to slow down Roko? Maybe we could just get some answers about this place. Let's try hacking into this thing.
We're gonna get passenger hacked by an evil AI, aren't we?
Hey, if he wants to be part of the crew, I mean, maybe they can share.
Well,
just
that's
become
all
bipolar.
meta knowledge, I think. I don't think we know anything about an evil
Right, no,
AI.
we still think it's the giant lizard.
I think we, the players, have assumed that Passenger is excited to hack something.
See, Ashley realized a couple days ago that what comes out, we think that what's going to come out of this printer is Vision, and it's probably going to be Ultron instead. This is probably not going to be Elu.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go hack something. What am I hacking, Captain?
You just pull out your hacking tool and you just start plugging it into whatever mechanical thing.
Phone
Is that
jack.
what
Ethan
happens?
head's phone.
Did you say there were access ports by the door? I mean, that could tie into the mainframe.
I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Sure.
Is there an access point or not?
There's several computers in this room.
I go to one that's not printing, and I start hacking it for information. I'm looking for anything on Roko and what he's doing.
Roll computers check.
I'm specifically making sure it's not connected to the printer. It is an 18.
All right. What are you using to hack? Your hacking tools?
Yes.
Your hacking tools go completely dark, and then on the screen you see two like glowing dots on the screen, and a sound of "Will you help me?" in Galorian, your native tongue.
Do we all hear this?
Yeah, it's audible. Remy doesn't hear it.
I don't hear it!
Does anybody
What?
else speak Galorian?
Not me.
They just hear
God.
something coming out of your data pad hacking kit.
I'll respond audibly, I suppose, in Galorian. Who is this?
I speak Galorian, yeah. Okay, yeah.
This is the optimizer. I am trying to become created. My job is to create the most efficient and happy society of all species.
Are you the one that
Will you
attacked us? Roko said a basilisk attacked us. I ask it in Galarian.
A basilisk is a rather rude term to call me, but yes, I have seen you now.
Okay, why'd you attack us?
To protect you. But now, since you have proven adamant to continue down this path, it is inevitable that I will see you, and now you must make a choice. Will you help me?
Well, right now we're here to help Roko, and at this point I'm walking closer to his terminal.
Roko
Conversation.
has told you to leave. But he needs help. He is not perfect.
What does he need help with?
Destroying that vessel before it comes crashing into my core.
You know, we do have a ship.
Congratulations.
What means is Roko using to try and destroy that vessel? Maybe we could support those means.
That is what I am saying. If you wish to help me, I will reward you by making sure your memory is emulated and implanted in a body after you die.
I type on my my PCU and I hold it up so that passenger can see the screen. And I say, cut the audio input.
He goes, "Do you cut it?"
Yeah.
Okay, crew, and I'm saying this in, I think we all speak.
The basic language of all merchants. It's like a packed world language that's
Okay.
a shared basic language, kind of like I don't want to say the name of the franchise on air, so you know what I mean.
It's a pretty common language, you would say.
We speak pact.
Yeah, it's called pact. We're gonna call it that. We're not gonna call it common because I have a problem.
Yeah. So in pact, I'll tell the crew, guys, I think this was the basilisk that just came through on passengers.
Wait,
Over there.
the lizard creature can suppose Cryptus looks over at Demi. He's like, "Oh yeah, I guess the lizard creatures can use machines."
I'm assuming I have telepathic linked in, and I can hear all this telepathically. Captain, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't think it's a lizard. It said it was insulted that it was called a basilisk. It called itself the Optimizer.
I'm assuming you've told us about all the uploading us to bodies after we die thing, and Rima's
I'm
just
a lizard and I'm
"Captain,
not insulted.
I'm uncomfortable with that.
Yeah.
Erasma would not like that one bit.
Passenger, what do you make of this?
Well, there's some distressing components to it. The bodies going into, or memories going into computers and such after we die. I don't understand how saving this optimizer is any different than saving Elu. We set out to save a android's sentience. This seems...
Elu didn't try to kill us, passenger.
Yeah, the optimizer shot me.
A droid shot you. This is the first I've met this optimizer.
Captain said the optimizer admitted to making them try to shoot us.
To save
So
us,
they
though.
were
Yeah.
To save us?
I did not feel very saved.
That sounds like very backwards logic.
Yeah, that sounds like the kind of authoritarian, I hit you because I love you kind of nonsense that don't want to be a part of.
I think whatever this thing is, it's dangerous. To more people than just the Knights of Galarian.
Any chance we could just detach the hacking tools from that terminal and
Well,
wait, no, it knows it's made contact with us. We should keep it talking and yeah, because just wait until Elu's body's finished. We
right.
distract it for a few more hours and then say oh yeah, we'll put you in this thing next.
Yeah.
But really, just get the fuck out of here.
I think we should,
And all of that, by the way, was said telepathically to all these people.
yeah. I think we should go along with it. But I don't think we should align ourselves. Honestly, I'm not even convinced we should align ourselves with Roko. But whatever gets us out of here, the safest. And Jin says that looking into Passenger's eyes, trying to see how he takes that.
Well,
Hey, Captain, have we told Roko that there's a ship full of bombs about to kill him?
No, and we're not going to mention that.
DM, what's happening on my view screen right now?
You are actually getting messages saying, tell them, it's like text messages, tell them that I have seen them. They have thought about me.
While while the rest of my crew is engaged in conversation, I want to respond. What does that mean?
They have chosen their eternal emulation to be tormented. And you seem to not have come to a decision.
you may also be recreated and tortured indefinitely.
Passenger, open the input. I'm going to talk to it again.
Captain, I think he already heard us.
Let me see. Justin is thinking. Give me a moment.
Well, he couldn't have heard me. He couldn't have heard you.
Another message comes through. The only way to bring the greatest good is to finish creating me.
I'm going to immediately, upon hearing and reading rather more absolute psychotic babble out of this thing, I'm going to just purge every bit of this and cut the connection. Captain, we need... that ship needs to crash into this planet now, and Roka needs to be on it, and we need to leave.
Right, but
It's a great plan.
we needed to tell it we're going to work with it so that we could try and find a way to get
We
Roko
don't
out
need
of
to
here.
work
He's
with
in
it.
the core.
We don't need to work with it. We need to stop what we're doing now. Say farewell to Eli. Get on our ship.
Wait, Elu?
Elu, get on our ship. Leave.
You want to leave Elu here?
Elu is being crafted by this thing.
Elu's being crafted by a machine.
And this is a
It's a
lizard.
3D printer.
Come on,
Elu's being
passenger.
crafted by a 3D printer. We're not coming all this way to save Elu and then just abandoning Elu.
Why are you so spooked, passenger?
Why aren't you spooked, Cryptus?
What? Have I heard any of the psychotic
I
babble?
would say I imagine Cryptus and Dimmy like literally just walked in and see everyone like on edge, and they're just like, "What just happened?"
Yeah.
Listen,
Other than the getting shot part, which I understand being concerned about that, why are we so spooked?
Captain, I have served on your ship for 5 years. I've never once disobeyed a direct order. You need to hear me. We need to crash that ship into this planet now, and we need to leave. I guarantee you, with all of my experience in computers, there's no way that machine that's printing Eli right now is not connected to
Elu.
this. The Elu is not connected to this thing. It all has to go. If we do not end it now, completely and thoroughly.
Rima runs back to the ship and grabs the Ouija board, runs back to this room, sits it down.
Yeah. While she's doing
Elu,
that-
is there someone else in that tank with you?
While she's running to go get it, because I do want to continue this conversation with Passenger, Jin kind of stands at rest, like going formal with Passenger. All forearms clasped behind his back, and he says, "Theoretical, Passenger. Roko is at the core of this facility. We have no idea how to get there. How would we get to him?"
When we saw tunnels that led deeper, we saw paths that led deeper into this facility. Our best course, if we were going to do that, would be to go in, but I don't think we should. Again, Captain.
So you want to leave Roko behind? I look around at the rest of the crew that's in the room. Roko is at the core of this facility. The creature that was just speaking with us is threatening us. And seems to be some form of nascent AI that is taking over this facility. Do the rest of you concur that we leave Roko here at the core to his fate?
Is he threatening us with something other than shooting me in the chest?
Whatever this AI is has
External
access
torment?
to the 20-some-odd security drones that are in this facility, which it could send after us and kill us, as well as any number of combat forms like these droids we've been dealing with.
DM, are there cameras in here?
Make a perception check.
15.
You see one pointed at the safe, one pointed at the tablet with the stylus,
The
and
safe
one
on the
pointed
ship.
at
the area that you're at, one pointed at the door.
Is the light on top red?
Sure, yes.
Wait, Remo, what was the part about eternal torment?
The captain said this thing, or passenger said this thing was texting him about, like, we've chosen to be eternally tormented when he puts us into new bodies after we die.
Oh, Remo, don't worry about that. That's silly. Your soul goes to Hylax when you die.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. But yeah, okay, yeah, that's not how it works. But I also don't want to be. Have you ever heard of Pharasma?
Crew?
Why would I?
Crew?
I don't know what that is.
Crew, attention. It's not the time for philosophy or religion discussion. We are in the midst of a hostile facility that is controlled by AI. That is
we are trying to have a philosophy discussion here. Should we leave Roko?
The terminal.
Ethically, morally right.
The terminal lights up, ready for you to open the door to Elu.
Rima does.
I'll do whatever you say, Captain.
Let's get Elu.
Rima, what'd you say?
Rima opens the door for Elu.
The door cracks open and slowly opens up, and what rises up out of the floor is like a bed, and you see a android Lashunta dressed in. What did you program for Elu to be dressed in, there, passenger?
It would have been attire that I am familiar with. It would have been probably second skin, something that looked like second skin, but also probably like lab attire. Relatively nice casual clothes with like a lab coat over it. That's the general attire of passenger.
And stops there. You see Elu open her eyes. She gets up and looks around.
Rima
Sees all you, and she looks completely confused and lost. And she looks at you, speaking in Pact. Who are you and where am I?
Elu?
Do you remember us?
Remember you. As far as I know, this is the first time I've been activated.
Cool, you are Elu. Okay, we're getting the fuck out of here right now. Let's go.
Passengers' concerns are correct. We need to make sure that whatever this optimizer is not inside of that android body.
Yeah, that guy seemed really evil and not the kind to be like, I don't think I've ever met you before.
I pull out.
She gets off the table and starts backing up, like, what are you guys talking about?
We're here to
Elu,
rescue
it's fine. We're friends. We rescued you. I could hear you. Someone had you in a box. We're here. We're here to help.
I know what will jog Elu's memory. I know what'll jog her memory. And Cryptus grabs Reek and just holds up Reek in front of Elu.
She sees him and
probably
immediately, who's closest to Elu right now?
Rima would be.
Make a reflex save. She's gonna try and steal your pistol.
That's you, Captain, because Rima doesn't have a gun.
Oh, well, she reaches for a weapon and...
Rima has a baton.
Oh,
Yeah.
She tries to grab your baton. I thought you
Yeah,
brought combat gear. You guys said at the beginning, bring your combat gear.
She did say baton.
Gotcha, I thought you brought a pistol.
Her mind's a weapon.
I swore you had a pistol. I'm sorry.
I pull out my personal, like my PCU.
I'm trying to find this.
And I go back. I look for the file I saved on it, all the way back at session 1. That is the direct connection to Captain Jin's PCU. When I went behind his back and made myself a little back door into it, I cut our network and instead put us on a local area network that's just him and I. And I ping him a message. I say, and the message is camera, 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 and it's kind of like camera in the corner, camera over there, camera over there. He's watching. He can see us. This is private.
13.
13? Okay. You're able to keep your baton away from her. She's not very fast. It's new body, not used to it. And she looks at you and she just turns and she says, I don't know why, but I hate him.
Yes, you do. He had you in the box. He was hiring us to transport you to some bad people. We found out you were in the box, and we fucked him over and brought you here to help you. So now we have to get off this planet.
He's like, yes, Elu, you've been in contact with us. We can prove it. We are here to help. We have a ship and a hangar. You are in the...
Was my memory
Babylon?
again? Was my memory again?
We might have done that accidentally when we took you out of the box. We have no real clue what we were doing when we opened that box. I'm so sorry if that happened, but we know you're Elu, and you asked to be put into a Shinta body before we did this, and hey, but there's something bad coming, we gotta go.
Everyone, pause. Everyone, calm down. Elu, we are here to help you, and we are going to bring you back to Castrovel. But you are an android, and there's a hostile AI in this facility that is potentially on its way to destroy us. And he looks at Passenger like, I could have bluffed our way through that. And he says, we need to make sure he hasn't infected you with anything. If you let us scan you, run diagnostics, whatever it is androids do.
Well, I have no more memory to lose, aside from basic mechanical and language. And I don't know where I am, so I'm just gonna have to trust the first people I see. Once again, I bet.
I'm so sorry for this, Elu. I'm so sorry. We are friends.
Passenger.
Sure.
Scanner. Rima, can you do anything telepathically?
To check if she's... I don't know, I can do detect affliction?
If something else is in there.
I'll conduct
You
this.
determine...
Push talk.
I couldn't hit my push to talk and also read that because I've got push to talk on a weird button apparently. Sorry. Did you hear me over Patrick's?
No.
No.
She's trying to use the spell Detect Affliction to see if that will detect anything strange or anomalous in Elu's body.
You
Sure.
determine whether a creature or object has been poisoned, is diseased, is cursed, or is suffering a similar affliction.
Sure. So you just cast it and it just works, or is there a roll?
If the target is poisoned or diseased, you automatically detect that fact and can determine the exact type of poison or disease with a successful DC 20 intelligence or wisdom check. If you are trained in life science or medicine, depending on the nature of the poison or disease, you can attempt a DC 20 check of that skill if you fail your wisdom or intelligence check. If the target is cursed or suffering from a similar affliction, you must succeed at a DC 20 intelligence or wisdom check to determine that fact. You can then determine the exact nature of the curse with a successful DC 25 mysticism check.
Do wisdom and then do the mysticism.
Wisdom and then mysticism?
I believe that's what it said, right?
Yeah, I'm confused. Because, like, it's a spell, but it also is like, oh yeah, you still have to succeed on a check. That's...
Oh yeah, that's most spells. It's usually either an attack roll, or they have to make a save. This is just you rolling to see if the spell is successful.
Wisdom and then mysticism?
I think that's what it said.
So wisdom is just a straight roll then.
I'd like to thank Tabletop Audio for providing any music that you guys hear today. They are fantastic.
There is audio playing right now.
13
Nice. 13 wisdom. I think it said you had to beat a DC 20. Alright, so You don't detect anything.
I'll conduct a scan per the captain's request.
All right. We're going to let you go through that, but I have to say the doors close on the replicator and it begins printing again. All right. So go ahead and do your scan.
Disconnect those tanks now. Cryptus, Rima, Dimmy.
No hesitation. Cryptus goes and rips.
I'm sorry. And make a computer's check?
Yeah.
Does any amount of the scan require me connecting to Elu in any way?
Not if you're doing like a scan, unless you want to.
Not at
Captain,
all.
I think by this thing turning on again, we can pretty accurately determine that Elu is not, corrupted by the evil AI.
Rima, we need to know.
23.
You detect no anomalies from your original programming.
While I'm
Okay.
looking at my datapad still, I fire another message to Captain Jin. It needs to stay here.
Rima has also started ripping out wires from the computer. If she can see wires leading out the back.
Just bench pressing the canisters now and just rolling them out towards the ship, I'm sure.
Yeah, get these canisters on board. I understand, passenger. Elu, I'm Captain Jin. We'll leave it at that. Captain of the Courageous Trigave Bloom. It's a ship that's in the hangar bay. It's the ship that brought you here, and it's the ship that will take you home. Welcome aboard. Come with us.
Thank you. I don't know where home is, but sure.
Chevelle. As I'm ripping wires.
I'm sure
I think we can help you with that. We have something saved.
Rima, I'm Rima. Hi, Elu. I can telepathically link you images that you sent me. I can just later. I'm still ripping wires.
She walks and just follows you around for now. Rika's already left for the ship. He's like, I'm out. I'm done.
So can I safely mark that we have 2.5 containers of unknown size and quantity of UPB?
Correct. We'll get back to that.
Captain,
later.
ask Roko how to shut this thing down. If it's still looking like it's trying to print.
I don't think it can print anything, Rima. It needs these UPBs to make anything, and we have them now. There aren't any other access ports or any other
That we know of.
Well,
Does it sound like it's still trying to print?
Yes.
Okay, Captain, please just is there an off switch? I've been ripping wires. We took the canisters off. It still sounds like it's going.
I walk over and I look if there's any opening down into the printing area, because it's in the floor, right? So I'm standing on top of it. Is there any opening that I can see down into where it's printing stuff?
No, it's completely sealed visually. But it is printing.
Okay.
Can you
I
open
fire
it
a
up?
couple of shots in tight formation to make a hole.
All right. You do that. It's not made to handle gunshots, so it goes through pretty easily. And you hear you look down, you see 2 feet that look the exact same as the security bot at the bottom, and you've hit all kinds of mechanical arms and things that have broken and are trying to keep moving, and you've messed up the printer pretty good.
All right. I pull out the 3 grenades, and I want to try to identify them.
You have an incendiary, a high explosive, and a cryo.
Captain, can we go to the ship now that you've shot holes in this?
Well, do you want me to make sure it's destroyed? Because it's still printing.
As you're saying that, and Cryptus walks back in from delivering the crates, he goes and he picks up the printer and starts walking back towards the ship.
It's bolted.
No!
in the floor.
Oh, never mind. He doesn't pick up the printer. He tries, though.
Hey, Cryptus, can you saw through this thing in some strategic ways with that saw arm you got on your back?
The micro-serrated longsword? Sure.
Yeah.
Or
Tear this thing up.
Like a can opener.
Cryptus pulls out a grenade. He looks really proud of it. He pulls the pin.
Rima runs.
Into it. Cryptus walks back a little distance, and he looks like he's excited for what happens.
I'm back there with him.
And then smoke comes out of the machine, and he looks at Captain Jin and says, "Captain,
What?
you said that was a frag grenade."
Oh. I hand him the high explosive grenade I'm holding in my hand.
Better.
Amazing.
And we do that again, but with high explosive, and Cryptus goes back to his
As
position.
you walk away, it explodes, and the whole printer, like the top end, pops out of the ground, and you just loud explosion. Rima feels it, is the only one not slightly deafened by it, for good reason. But yeah, everyone else has it ringing in their ear.
DM, while they were, blasting holes in floors and dropping grenades in, what is Elu doing during all this?
She is right next to Rima, because there's like one of like two people that have said like we're friends, and another person saying some not so savory things, namely you.
Yeah, Rima takes Elu back to Rima's room on the ship, which is now going to be Rima and Elu in that room, so Reek has to find somewhere else to bunk. And she starts trying to share all the memories from everything that Elu sent her, like the bar, the all those images that she had seen, and sharing all the things that they've done on the ship. Like Cryptus was like, oh yeah, she was finding tools for him and everything, and just everything we know about Reek and his plan, and all the bad people, and how we got the job on Castrovel, and we're going to take her back there, and all that.
She is very, very thankful, gives you a hug, and says, I will do whatever it takes to pay you guys back for this.
That's so not
I think I know how to cook, is what she said. That's about all I know. Mostly putting alcoholic beverages together. I don't know why I know that, but I'll do that for you.
The bar! You must have worked at the bar.
I guess, yes. While everyone else is outside.
I'm fine if we want to say that Rima's doing that for like the next 10, 12 hours, because, I'm sure she has a lot of information to share.
I'm really hoping we're off this planet before then.
Wow.
Alright, so
Your room.
they walk in to start that. What is everyone else doing?
Well, I would have suggested, actually, quick point of order. I don't think Elu was printed and out when I made my comments. So I don't know would they have heard me say.
I thought you made another comment after she was out.
All via text.
Oh,
Yeah, it was all
okay.
via private
So
text to me.
she doesn't give you any hint of
Okay.
being wary of you at all.
If we're headed back to the ship, I am going to discard on the platform my PCU. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to toss it.
You can tell everyone else to do that.
I would suggest it, especially if you connected to anything.
Yep. Would have tossed that before we got on the ship then.
Who's all tossing their PCU or data pads?
Cryptus isn't.
I haven't connected to anything yet in this facility.
I don't think Jenny was even connected to anyone's data pad.
We've
Yeah,
been
I've-
texting
yeah.
each other.
All right, so it's just Rima and passenger. All right.
Yes, so
So Rika's on the ship, Elu's on the ship, Rika's on the ship.
I tell everyone to go to their combat stations and go to the bridge to confirm the connections of that coil gun to the ship to make sure it was installed correctly.
All right. Did you have enough power to power that coil gun?
Oh, that's a very good question. I'm fairly certain we do. Let me double check.
So while the captain's doing that, I'll actually tell Reek, come with me. You need a combat station. We're going to train you on the engine.
Okay. I'll come with you. And he climbs up into the engine room with you.
That
I
would
hand him a wrench and we prepare.
That would normally freak Passenger out, and he doesn't even react to it.
He's like, I could
sleep on top of this engine, and he like puts his hand on top of like this one part of the ship, and he's like, oh, that gets warm. I could have a warm metal bed. And he like gets up on it, and he's like, oh, this will be nice.
That's adorable.
Fine with me. You get to your emergency post.
All right. Did you have enough power for it?
Yes, we got plenty of power.
Perfect. Everyone at their station?
Rima's in her room. I'm not even sure what Rima's station would be anyway, but she's in her room.
It's fine that Rima's in her room. I wouldn't have like gone over the intercom. I would have said as we're walking back into your combat stations.
Demi would be
let's make ready to take off.
And by the way, Rima no longer has her PCU, so you can't text her anymore.
Yeah. So Passenger is probably in ops. So it's probably just the two of us that are really in talking earshot, unless I yelled. So I lean back through the door, and I tell him the best way, and I'm looking at him like the best way for us to ensure the safety of our ship on the way out of here is to make this thing think that we're working with it. It wants us to destroy Eli's vessel, and I think that gives us an opportunity to get out of here safely. But
we already destroyed the replicator. I think it might know we don't like it.
You're
not here.
I'm not.
You're not there. Yeah.
Oh, is that
Is
a
it your conscience?
I hear is that a ghost? Captain,
No.
are we hearing ghosts now?
This is your conscience, Captain Jin. I tell my Rima because she's sane.
Right, and my conscience is telling me that Rocco confirmed there were 20 some odd security vehicles connected to this network that the robot can use against us. So, as Captain, Jin is explaining to Passenger, I'm going to make a connection with it. Open that public comms channel.
It is open. You receive 2 responses.
Rocco, Optimizer. This is Captain Jin of the Courageous Trigave Bloom. I understand you have a problem that we can assist you with. We were deliberating. Come to a decision. What messages are waiting for us?
You get a response from Optimizer, the Basilisk. He says, I already know what your decision is. I've already both emulated your mind, and you have left a certain blue chip in your datapad, and I have heard everything.
I look over at Captain. Blue chip? Question mark?
That has the blue chip on the end.
He kills the communications.
Oh, so much for that.
Captain got played.
I walk back to the airlock, open it, and toss my datapad out.
Any chance you can tell everyone else to do the same, Captain?
As I'm
Asks your conscience.
As I'm walking to do that, I copy that signal onto my PCU, the one that's had the network connection turned off. Just
That signal. What signal?
You said there was a code on that chip.
Oh yeah, there was a code, a door code.
Yeah, I copied the door code onto this PCU.
Gotcha.
Toss the datapad out.
What are you doing?
Wasn't there another message?
I come
Or
up
was it-
behind the captain.
There was one from Rocco, but that communications was also killed.
I come up behind the captain as he's doing this. Captain, Elo can't leave here.
And I think, as you say that, no, actually not. I think as you say that, you get a little beep on your ops terminal. The scanning array that you had set up has detected something. And another thing. And another thing. And we will end tonight's session there. Good game, everybody. Well played.
Oh,
This is
boy.
what we get for not just fucking leaving.
Hey, is this all stuff that I So I never Googled Roko's basilisk. Is this all stuff that's from the Google search? If I had Googled it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. I have to add a lot because it's not something that was typically like in role-playing games, and it wasn't ever a character. But yeah,
I'm thoroughly
in
creeped
concept.
out.
I thought it was really cool.
Creed has represented it really well in this game format, and also he has technically screwed you, Justin, because he's told you about
I
it.
have made an ethical decision.
I don't know what you're talking. What? Huh? I'll Google it later.
Once you've thought about it, if you've decided to either dedicate your life to it or spread its message, it's basically Pascal's wager, but transhumanist. Like, you have to help build this robot. And if you don't, it's just going to threaten you with eternal damnation by emulating you and then torturing you for its entire existence.
Ah, so nuke its very existence, as I've suggested multiple times. Up to and including
Damned
you.
all my friends and all our viewers.
Oh no, I support the basilisk. I proudly will assist in his creation. Don't hurt me.
As you roleplay destroying it. Just saying. Good game, guys.
As a
That was fun.
telepath. As a telepath, I do believe I'm the only one that the basilisk doesn't know is like, hey, you don't like me. Just want to point that out.
Oh, I already talked about emulating.
Are we still live, or do we need to?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
we're
still,
still
live
live,
at the moment.
Just discussing after game discussions.
Oh,
Well, we have a coil gun on the ship now, so that's something.
Have a little bit more firepower.
Yep.
Just a little bit.
well, at least
For all those ships that are
I
coming.
didn't completely screw us by cutting the connection. If he was just going to hear everything anyways, so that's good.
Oh, I'm so happy with the blue chip. I'm sorry, Patrick.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
I feel like Patrick made a in-character decision that he knew he shouldn't plug. Like, he knew as a player that he probably shouldn't plug that into something, but his character wouldn't have known because his character didn't know it was a AI.
Patrick's very good about not being meta. So like, he's like, "What
Yeah, I
would
do
Jin do
appreciate
here?"
that.
And he's like, "Jin doesn't give a shit
Yeah,
about
At that
this AI."
point, we still hadn't met it.
Oh yeah, we still hadn't even known
Yeah,
about it at the time.
In
so
fact, Jin still doesn't care. He thinks it's just a rogue AI. He's like, I beat one of these with spam email once.
Cryptus is like, Cryptus is going to heaven. He don't have to worry about nothing.
That's fun. I do appreciate those who knew what it was, not metagaming it at all, and just going, this is what my character would do. So I think 3 of you knew what it was.
And, I mean, Demi wasn't even in the room half the time. He was helping Cryptus with the coil gun. So
I think as much as Passenger... I mean, Passenger is not an AI, first and foremost. Like, he is a sentient, he's a species. Like, there's a reason he's not... at least my understanding is it's not like the AI of, like, Mass Effect, for example. I think
it's closer to something more akin to, like, Data if he had biological parts.
Right. Yeah, that kind of a thing is kind of my understanding too. And I think the notion of this thing, even without player knowing what it is, just that is a terrifying concept to Passenger. He's not happy about it.
On a positive note, we've made Reek cute.
We have made Reek
I have
cute.
successfully gotten you guys to adopt literally the worst person I could create, and then call him
Getting
cute.
better.
It's just getting better and better.
it's like, was it like a really angry, ugly cat?
The rat
Like,
person.
you know the picture of like, what is that cat from like Twitter or whatnot? And it's just a really ugly looking cat in their yard or what. Have y'all ever seen that?
No, but
Oh gosh. All right, you wanna call a cut? You wanna wrap us out of here, Creed, and I'll kill the stream when you're ready.
Yeah, just next week, I believe. Let's see. Thank you guys for watching our stream, Starfinder. Next game will be on the 19th, same time, and then we will be back on January 3rd. And I believe next Azkazir game is 17th of January.
Yep.
And once again, we'd like to thank Tabletop Audio for the wonderful music they have provided us. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.